And don't you put black ass Paul
sorry.
Heyman back there?
Three white guys. And you know what? I see Paul Heyman, and the only thing that goes through my mind is that, damn, Paul Heyman, I need you to go take a trip down to Jacksonville, Florida, go talk to Adam Cole, and show him how to tan. That's an immaculate tan.
No.
That's too much
Look at
tan.
Paul Heyman's hand. He's seen Adam Cole's.
That's a white head. That head is mighty white. It's as white as Sammy's.
Maybe he's acknowledging him with that. You never know. Maybe it's an acknowledgement.
Why can't people just tan like CM Punk, who I believe man not tan?
Okay, so my issue with CM Punk is that I just don't like his hair.
No, it's because he hasn't got the beard. If he had the beard, you might get away with that hair.
No, Manny, I feel like he has put too much just for men in his head. Like, he had just dyed his hair.
I don't know. I feel like he was, yeah, he might be right.
I don't know about
something. I like the way he looked.
3 men on this show, all bald, and you're like, I hate that man's hair.
Yeah.
Shit,
I hate all these people here. Every single one of them.
Thank you, Kane. Thank you for your European induction on helping me. It's the beard. He looks weird. It's like when Marcus shaved off his beard. It was weird.
It's still shaved off. Okay, I guess we're starting.
Welcome
the show.
everybody to the.
I didn't think we were coming on. I thought
welcome everybody to the Sharpshooters Wrestling Podcast.
Wait for him.
I
He's so
am Eric.
discombobulated today.
Yeah,
I said discombobulated. What? And what?
Discombobulated.
This kid Bobby Lashley.
No, you know what? Fuck it. I give up. I was trying to record the audio from what Tony, since we were going to talk about Tony Khan and his statement, which wasn't as bad as.
We don't need to hear Tony to know what Tony sound like, man. Just read the damn statement, man.
No, because the quote is taken out of
He
context.
can't read. He ain't had to read an email in years, so he can't read.
Oh, I can read, baby. I can read with the best of them too. Look at this, Kane. I acknowledge my European.
You want to read?
There it is.
Thank you,
Well,
Kane.
how about this? CR7 said, "Ah!"
Now,
like
he
that.
should be going, Sue.
I mean, hopefully CR7 is not the person that was trying to sell pots and pans. We coming for you. We
Good
got
you, brother.
We got you.
Hey, let's start the show. Manny, do your intro. Go through your ambiguousness.
Lord, you kind of just said it for me. You kind of just said it for me, you pig. You pig.
I mean, how you tell a man what to do?
Just go through your ambiguity. Come on.
Right, I'm all gravy, Lord Manny Hayes. How about that?
Oh, shit. Well, I don't believe that's true, so you're still ambiguous, Lord Manny Hayes. Well, I am the black big
jiggler.
boss man, Marcus the Grampanelli.
I thought you was the titty. I thought you was the titty jiggler.
Hard times, baby. No, hard times.
When did you become the big boss man, though?
Today.
When he wanted Big Boss Man to be his ultimate wrestling Santa Claus.
Huh?
Who's yours?
Hakeem the Dream. I like my set.
shit.
I like my 7.5 soul, baby.
Got away with that shit for years.
He got and then had a black man with him shucking and jiving.
Yep. Shout out to Big Slick.
So
That's his health.
okay, so do you guys want to talk about news and stuff first? Or you want
Don't
to talk
Cody,
about
don't you Cody me. Don't you Cody me. You don't come here and Cody me. So what do you want to talk about? you host the show. You just throw it at us, all right? And I dunk it in.
All right, so we might as well just jump right
You
into
ain't
it.
been. You can't dunk.
I can't.
Manny, he had an opportunity when we was exiting the Intuit Dome last night, and there were some little courts, and everybody was jumping up, grabbing the ribbon. I was like, Marcus, you gonna try to duck? He's like, nah, I can't reach that. And then we walked by. They were so low, he could have got it. The guy was like, you can do anything you believe in.
Yeah,
Like the
fuck
guy
that
was
guy.
trying to encourage Marcus to do it.
Yeah, he was a white man. He in Trump America. I couldn't trust that. But it's bullshit. I probably could have, but you know what? I decided not to destroy my knees.
So
You can be if they bad. You saw the way they were dressed at that funeral. Big Show's in a leather coat.
So the talk of it was a quote that went around that Tony Khan went out and said that he had a pretty impressive roster of black wrestlers. He did an interview on
That's how he
CHGO
said it.
Sports and Big Dave was complimenting him on his use of black wrestlers and how he gave Swerve the championship and he gave Leo Rush a chance and all that. And then Tony said this. He says, "Well, I think you just said it. I'm conscious of it, but I also think that these are some of the best wrestlers in AEW you just named. So we're really lucky to have those great stars. We've been fortunate to be able to build up some great stars and also have a lot of great free agents come into where I think so many of the top wrestlers, some of the top black wrestlers in the world are in AEW. I don't like the way you said that. Really think most of the top black wrestlers in the world are now in AEW. But I think that is a conscious thing, but I also think it's great." So in other words, my first question, and I'm not trying to throw shade to Tony because I'm glad he gave Swerve an opportunity, but can you tell me the black wrestler that AEW built up? Because I do not know who they built up. Would it be Swerve?
It's just Swerve.
Is it just Swerve? Is that the only one?
Anyone that probably they're talking about right now is coming with and has already got a name. So, like, you've got Shelton Benjamin, established wrestler for multiple years. Bobby Lashley, established multiple years. Ricochet, established wrestler, multiple years. So, what have they really done except put people on the show that would have been on the show regardless? They haven't built anyone outside of maybe Athena, but you don't watch a Ring of Honor. No one watches.
But remember, I've learned to respect Athena at this situation. But as Marcus and I were talking, when we came Big Swole, they pushed Big Swole to the wayside. Now Cedric got to work walking around with boy who's bouncy to get on TV. He on TV.
He's like an old white man. He's running around that bouncing boy down the street. What's his name?
But, this conversation sparked us to start thinking that Marcus wanted to come up with who are our top black wrestlers in wrestling right now. Right, Marcus? Is that what you want to do?
That's the gist of it. We'll list our top 5 black wrestlers, and then we'll see which company at the end of the day has the best and most black wrestlers.
All right.
Okay, between AEW and WWE.
No, I was going to say with Manny being ambiguous, I believe Manny should have the first choice.
Okay.
Oh, it's a draft?
No, it's not a draft. But we're going to get his list.
Fine. At number 5.
We're starting from the bottom.
Yes, whoever starts a list from the top.
Okay.
At number 5, Nikita Lyons.
Come on. Man, you have no evidence of this. Hold on. The following pick is under review.
We've been contacted by the black delegation, and
I'm going under the hood to review this one.
I'm joking.
Marcus, let's remove Betty and let's have a conversation on the side as we talk about this.
I'm joking. Number 5 is Willow Nightingale.
Betty, that's a solid pick. I really like that pick.
She's on my list too, but
I like Willow.
No. We ain't drafting. It's just where they fall on our
list. I know.
But I think that's a very, very good pick. Marcus, I'll turn to you. You're number 5.
My number 5, not having the most productive year out there in the world, but he is out there in the world. I'm going with absolute Ricky Starks.
Okay.
He's in the world. He's pretty good. He's in the world. The problem is he's not being featured on TV this current.
He's fell off.
It's not his fault.
It's not his fault, but he's fell off. My list is based on what I believe they've done in 2024.
I'm not basing it on that.
So since we're basing it on 2024, my number 5 might come as a shock to a lot of people, but I think his work of being a very bitter and angry individual and sick of coffee shit, I think Xavier Woods right now at number 5, I think he's been having solid matches. I think he's really tried to develop a character, and I think people should acknowledge what he has been doing. He's been in the shadow of Big E and Coffee for a long time, to the point where he even won King of the Ring, and people didn't care about that. So yeah, Xavier
won King of the Ring
Woods.
2 years ago.
Hold on. Let me chime in on this comment from Kane. Marcus, that's the criteria. You could have picked The Rock. You know what? I thought about it. But I decided to leave him out, okay? I decided to leave him out. But I literally put him on the list at one point saying, of course he's number 1. But I left him out.
Manny, you're number 4.
I'm going to put... Originally, I had Wesley here. I'm going to put Trick Williams at number 4.
Ooh.
I think Trick Williams is a very solid number 4.
I think Trick can be one in that top 5, but I don't think he's there in the ring yet.
No, so I was a bit here and there with it because I think I think there's something missing with Trick as a face champion. There's something just missing there. Whereas like when he was on the rush on the chase, there was something there. There was something definitely there that like this guy is the guy. But like when as champion, it's just kind of not there for me. But like, yeah, so that's why there was a toss between Wes or Trick. But I've given it to Trick.
Well, Manny, I'm going to spoil mine because my number 4 is Wesley. I think Wesley has really benefited from like when they had the partnership with TNA and stuff like that. I think Wesley has really showed why it was able to. Let's walk away from Ricochet. I think we have Wesley who can do a little bit more than Ricochet. He might not be as athletic in the ring, but he can tell a compelling story with his words. So that is Wesley as my number 4.
My number 4 is Willow Nightingale. I already had her on the list, so I was like, oh, okay. So we already went over her. We don't have to go over this anymore. But you know what? Underappreciated.
Do you guys want me to go with my number 3 since I haven't went first before? I can go.
I haven't went first before either.
Do you want to go first this time?
No.
Go first number 1.
I don't care.
All right. So my number 3, and I think she has taken the scene by storm, NXT's Gym, Miss Parker. I think she's had a very, very, very good. Jada Parker has had a very good.
I don't know why I thought you said Miss Jackson. I don't know why. I'm sorry.
I feel like Miss Parker. Hey, Jakari, you know what?
When you said Miss, I thought you said Miss Jackson, and that's why I didn't spit out. I was like, wait a minute.
Marcus, I'll tell you this right now. Jakara might get a 2025 nod. And Lash she was borderline. She might be like at 7 on my list. But I think Jada Parker has really taken the industry, and she's showed that she's very good in the ring. And despite being attached with OTM, I think she's done really well for herself.
Eric, she should be number 1 because OTM are anchors.
I know so they hold it down.
If she's thriving with them too, she should be number 1.
She's carrying that whole thing down.
Go on,
Marcus, you can go.
At number 3, I got Obafemi.
I forgot about
there, killing NXT, the North American champion, the former North American champion. I thought he had a really good year. He's putting on good matches. He has the charisma and swag to carry along with it. He comes in strong. Coming in strong here.
That's a good number 3, Marcus. I forgot about Oba. But you know what he said about white women. I can't give him an acknowledgement.
What he said about women in general.
Yeah, you just can't do it. Manny, your number 3.
Well, Eric, your number 3 is carrying people. My number 3 is also carrying people. I'm putting Bianca Belair as number 3 because she's carrying Jade Cargill.
I know, Manny. I understand where you're going with that.
Against the Wild.
So Marcus,
she ain't on her own.
You're number 2.
My number 2. Oh shit! Did I skip one? Whatever. My number 2. I'm going with this. Very controversial these days. Can't make no money off this guy, but I still think he's a hell of a wrestler and a complete athlete, and that's Ricky O'Shea. Ricochet deserves to be on here as one of the top guys.
That's not my number 2. My number 2, so my list would not be completely WWE biased. I'm going with Swerve Strickland.
I did mess up.
Swerve had a very good year. He was AEW champion, even if Tony didn't want him to be AEW champion. But I thought he had so much momentum and stuff like that. What he's doing right now, I think that his end of 2024 is not as strong as his beginning, but you still can't take away what Swerve accomplished. Manny?
My number 2 is also Swerve. I think he should be number 1, but my number 1 is kind of just, it was a breath of fresh air. So
I'm looking forward to your number 1.
So Swerve is number 2. I think WWE have been lacking this type of guy, and I have it number 1
almost
for a while. Because they had Bobby Lashley and they fumbled him, but
Dawkins.
Marcus, who's your number 2?
No, I'm number 1 and number 2.
I guess I'm going number 1 because I think Manny told me to go first. Mine will be quick because Manny already mentioned his number. His number 3 is my number 1. I think Bianca is number 1. I think that she is by far the best African-American superstar in the game right now. I think that she is a face. She is beloved. She can work with anybody. As Manny said in his statement, she is carrying Jade Cargill, who had an untimely death in red bottoms on top of a car hood. Don't know how that happened, but whatever. But
foul play.
I mean, Bianca I mean, she even had her little show. I think Bianca is against the wall, and I love Belair. She has really shown what the NIL has really done for WWE.
Can I add something real quick? Bianca was on my list, and I realized I didn't have her on there right now for no reason. So Ricky Starks has been bumped, and Bianca's on this list somewhere. I don't know why her name isn't here. Maybe I just forgot to put it, but I remember her being on this list.
And everybody,
and I don't know what happened.
And because I'm the host, I think afterwards we're gonna get one honorable mention that should be on the list because I have one person that needs to be acknowledged that they really didn't do anything, but they need to be acknowledged. And it's
by the way, my number one was Swerve. You can just pass
Swerve.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Manny, who's your number one?
My number one is Obafemi.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
No, look at everything about Obafemi that's been missing. Like WWE have been missing a top black guy that big, that looks the size, looks the part. Obafemi has presented that. He's been dominant. He's even good in like tape segments, live speaking. He is the real deal.
They just had Odyssey Jones. How dare you?
So I think we could all agree with this.
Jones is shit, and you know it.
This will be the Sharpshooters 2024 honorary inductee of our favorite black wrestlers, and I think we could all agree without even discussing this. But I think Ron the Truth Killings should be put as the honorary.
No,
our Truth was amazing.
He's not a wrestler.
No.
Why, Manny?
Because we all know it's Marcus's boy. His favorite thing about NXT, it's Ashanti the Adonis of 2024.
It's not.
NXT Playboy.
I mean, Nikita wanted that text her back. We also didn't mention any tag teams, which
Manny, I will point out that
when
Nikita did on NXT, she might be on the list because that is some treacherous shit that she did right there.
And she's got 2 knee braces. At that moment, she was stone cold Nikita Lyons. That was cold as shit.
So people who didn't make our list: Apollo Crews, Leo Rush.
I didn't even think of
him. The list.
Leo Rush, Mercedes.
There's a lot. Dante Martin. He used to be a thing. Action Andrade. Shay Taylor Promotions. The Bounty Hunter.
You gotta hang around with you said hang around with Jericho.
You become white.
Respect Chris Jericho, Manny.
Idris Enofe, who Marcus has a picture with. Ever since he took that picture with Marcus, he ain't been the same.
Oh, this is cold. Because Mercedes is a bum.
Yeah. There's Dion Lennox, the hope of Dion Lennox out there.
You know what? I feel like
Lash
those
Legends.
guys, if we revisit this in 2025, we might be saying those people's names next year. I don't know. Like Javon Evans, he might get on the list.
Javon, actually, I considered. But I was like, you know what?
If we were actually
I'm going to give him a break.
If we were actually doing honorable mention, Javon would be my honorable mention.
And then Lonnie had a good year.
Nah, she's lacking a character.
Well,
I feel Lonnie's fake.
She's kind of like Mello.
I feel Lonnie makes it more than Mello.
And guys,
Mello this week.
And guys,
Mello this week. That was the blackest thing I've seen someone do.
Coffee ain't did shit. I think Michin deserves to be at least in the top 7.
No.
Michin had a really good 2024.
No.
Manny, I'm sorry.
Wait, what is this protest of Michin?
No, because he's only saying that because that time she looked good on screen when she was wearing them jeans, them Tims, and that black shirt.
No, Michin has
know.
really been giving solid matches. Marcus, can you please back me up on this?
I will say Michin should make.
And I'm speaking from the other half. No.
Me and Yim deserves to be in the top 10 of this list.
So, Private Party, would they make your list?
No.
Okay. They're not even the best black tag team.
Anthony Bowens, will he make your list?
Oh, we're doing it separate.
I'm just going through the list because I'm going through the black wrestlers that they have because I'm looking at the.
Wait, is this the 5 list or is this for next year? What list is this on?
This is
top 20, top 10, top 50.
This is just a follow up. Oh, Tony's talking about he has the best black wrestlers. I'm just trying to see, does he move your needle for you? So we go. So if he does, Anthony Bowens, does he move the needle for you?
More than Caster.
Right.
Yeah, I like Bowens.
All right. AR Fox.
Manny, all of a sudden, I swear to God, Manny was at Thanksgiving, and they was like, Manny, try the potato salad. Try the potato salad. All right, Manny, try the potato salad.
AR Fox is not somebody for Manny. Marcus, what about you?
I have no problem with AR Fox. All right.
All right.
I don't know what number we're on, or how does this work.
No, it's just that
but
could they be?
I think he's.
considered for the
I think he's talented. Can I make a lot of money with AR Fox? No, I cannot.
Manny,
They
what
killed
about the
him.
governor, Anthony Ogogo, your countryman?
Nah, that guy's trash. That guy trash, and everyone knows he should be released from that contract, but they don't release people from contracts.
They don't pull the Gable Stevenson and let somebody go?
But back to Tony's statement, I do believe he has the best category of black wrestling. He has the most.
What about Darius Martin?
Darius Martin. No, he's not as good as not
Jay
Dante.
Lethal?
Jay Lethal's alright. I like Jay Lethal, but he's not featured anymore. He seems like
Jay,
an old man
Jay
now.
Lethal like a joke on that chat.
They treat Jeff Jarrett better than they treat Jay Lethal.
We got Lee Johnson and Lee Moriarty, probably two people I couldn't tell the difference from. And I ain't seen on TV in a long time.
Ooh.
Well, Shorty Lee Johnson, I don't know what that is. I don't know where he's coming back. But Lee Moriarty is extremely good. I like Lee Moriarty.
He cleared House of Black, baby. He did. What about Hobbs? Hobbs is on the list.
Yeah.
Hobbs is good, yep.
Scorpio Sky is still on this
make
list.
money with, but whether
Scorpio
they book him
Sky.
Sean Dean. Honestly,
They have a good category.
I'm not that impressed with it.
Yeah, I'm not impressed.
No, I'm just I'm not, and I think.
What do you want them to do?
No, I think it could be biased, but like when I go of the black roster that WWE has, do we count Nia Jax? No, we don't. Right? We don't. You got
Hey,
Trick
NXT
Williams.
has a better black roster than
Yeah.
AEW.
You got Trick
I don't
Williams.
think so.
I think so.
Talent-wise?
You got Dawkins. You got Cruz. You got Adonis.
Don't put Cruz in that sentence. Cruz,
You got-
Cruz
well,
ain't
we
good.
don't
And legitimately, you can't put Ashanti the Adonis in there.
Bianca
you
Belair.
Jay.
Hollow, I wouldn't put on that list either.
Bello.
He's just as good.
Bello.
Lash is doing shit these days.
Cedric.
Yeah, Cedric falls into the list of like the other people in AEW. It's just, The point is, I believe this is a great time to be a black wrestler.
No, I think I don't think it's as many as they say that he has, but I think there's
He has a lot.
I will say this. I think that black wrestlers have had a better opportunity on AEW, considering that they consider AEW the main show. In WWE, the black wrestlers have had great opportunities, but only in NXT. It has not translated over to the main roster, with the exception of Bianca Belair and Jacob Fatu. Manny, I turn to you.
Jacob!
That brother, it's promo, man.
No, so look at that mic in front of me.
Oh, he's serious. Hold
Oh,
on.
he's serious.
No, so the only time Tony Khan has taken black wrestling that seriously is when he fucked up with Big Swole over social media around Christmas, around the holidays, and then he started taking black wrestling seriously. That's when he put that made a TBS title and put it on Jade Cargill. That's when he started taking black wrestling slightly seriously. But even then, they have been rarely featured. Let's be real. They've been rarely featured outside of the Hurt Syndicate that's just been thrown in there just now.
Yeah,
I think
say,
you could have the same argument at Triple H and Tony Khan about them potentially being racist.
I was going to ask a question. Do you think
I would say that. Hold on. I would say that. I think that Tony Khan has an arsenal of black wrestlers, but he's never used any of them. they only come on for about a week or so, and then they disappear. Like, you can get Queen Amanama this week, but you may not get it for another 17 weeks. And then you may get Willow this week, but you may not get Willow for a minute.
So,
the Hurt Syndicate's the only one consistently showing up. It's only been like 3 weeks.
But they're not even
on
doing
TV.
anything.
They're in a few, they're
But
doing
They're
stuff.
in a feud with Swerve, but like
Consistently doing stuff.
can't-
It's very early.
no, Marcus. The problem with what's going on with the Hurt Syndicate is you can't have that whilst the war of AEW is actually happening right now.
What
Yeah,
war?
it doesn't make
John
sense.
Moxley has to beat up Orange Cassidy. That's all that war is.
But do you think that the only reason why this conversation is taking place is because
Triple
of
H.
the flack that Triple H is being called Triple K and stuff like that, about the lack of pushing?
Okay.
Yeah. I've seen him called Triple K.
Behold the grand. The Grand Wizard.
Like, do you guys feel like that's the reason why, like, now Tony
It is.
can ride this wave?
It is. Triple H has a horrible track record.
I'm just saying, I just don't know if, like, I don't think I can make money with the Hurt Syndicate. I just don't think I can.
It's
like,
done. Eric, I keep saying it. It's done. It's been
Yeah,
done
like-
in three different companies now.
Yeah,
It's done.
it's like, and I'm going to say this statement. I can't make money with Bobby Lashley. He is very one-dimensional. He has a great look, but there's nothing else about Bobby that's entertaining. Like, you ask yourself this question. After tonight, after they finish with Swerve, where do they go? Where do the respective parties go from this?
They
Like,
fight John Moxley.
They should have been fighting John Moxley, but they're kind of what John
You
Moxley
gotta
is
get
fighting
introduced. You
against.
can't just randomly come in and be like, haha. John Moxley ain't going against the shucking and jiving the black people. Doesn't sound like he's going to people like Orange Cassidy.
I don't know. I just think that it's
And J.D.
like-
Drake.
I kind of feel like after February, we won't hear anything else because I think they're going to keep the momentum going for Black History Month, but then it's going to disappear. I don't know. That's just me,
Good run.
but maybe, but unfortunately, I already know that I do have the WWE biasness in me, so it doesn't matter. And that's what people will say, but I just don't know. Though, speaking of WWE, let's talk about SmackDown. Now, I know people would say, the Bloodline has been carrying SmackDown for the last couple, but this taped episode of SmackDown.
So what the tape?
This
This
is
was
tape.
live. This was live.
This was live.
Yeah.
I thought this was pre-taped for they can have.
No, they taped next week's.
Oh, let me tell you right now, Cody and KO delivered. They
That was
delivered.
great.
They was
That was
looking-
serious.
they
That was
was
serious
looking-
business.
And
My favorite thing is KO's walking up the ramp and coming back.
No,
Just
my
like,
favorite-
hold on, motherfuckers. Hold on.
My favorite thing about this entire segment, and it's so attention to detail, when Kevin called Cody out, he says, "I dressed up for this occasion. I put on my best attire, and you didn't even have the respect for me to put on your
Yes.
cheesy political suits." And I was like, he's right. But Cody cut a passionate promo. Kevin cut a passionate promo. I was like, this is how you make a rivalry take place. Like, it gave so much passion, and it made me can't wait for Survivor Series or whenever they say this match is going to take place.
But Kevin says so. As we left it when Kevin is ready. That's where we're at right now. Yeah, I thought this was great TV right here. For SmackDown, I'm gonna say it was a really fun SmackDown overall. But just the hatred that went through each other is I loved Randy Orton, Eric. I loved him.
Yeah.
I hate you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like I did that to him and I loved him. Lord, imagine what I'm gonna do to you and I hate you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I love the fact where Cody pointed out that, Kevin, you want to blame everybody else, but it's you. You're not satisfied with where you're at. You're a Grand Slam champion. You have accomplished this. You've had a great 10-year run in WWE, but you still are not happy. And I was like, damn, Cody ain't even been here. Like, Cody had to leave and go to another company to get the credit that KO was getting. And KO got it with Vince, too. And I was like, you're right. This man is like his father. He is never satisfied. KO is never satisfied.
That's like
Manny,
his mother if you call him Purple Ray, by the
All
way.
right, we know this segment's great because both of them come at different angles and you can decide. You can't really decide who's right or wrong in this situation.
Yeah.
because some of them are
Cody's
different angles.
wrong.
But whose side are you on?
I'm Kevin. I'm Team Kevin on this. Cody,
Kevin.
Cody, you son of a bitch, you. This man's been ruining my life for 4 years.
If I've been fighting a bloodline for 4 years and you decide I'm gonna tag with them, we're done. We are done.
Yes. This man they have tried to end my career multiple times. There is nothing they did. There's no redeeming quality about them.
They killed
You
me
decide-
in front of my family.
Yes, they've been horrible people. And then Cody just one day was like, I'll tell you what you wrote me. I'll help you
Cody?
get back to power.
Cody?
He was happy. He was in the ring with him at WrestleMania 39.
Cody?
He fought for that
Cody?
man. And then he had 40 he celebrated with him.
Cody made the decision that he thought was best at the time that the decision was made. Okay?
Oh, you're still a Cody crybaby. Once a Cody crybaby, always a Cody crybaby.
But Kevin has the best part about this. They both have arguments. They both have great arguments, and this was one of those arguments where you just wanted Mommy and Daddy to stop.
Mommy, Daddy, stop! Mommy, Daddy,
You're
stop!
destroying the household.
No, but like,
I enjoyed the theatrics of it, from Kevin standing on the table to walking up, who not coming out the regular way, from going out the stands, and talking, this is what it takes to get to you, Cody. This is what it takes to talk to you.
Actually, I have a question for Marcus. Kevin standing on the table. We also know another man that stands on tables when he needs to make a point. How did you feel? How did you feel when he stood on the table?
I thought KO would have brought more emotion to the table stand, because there were times when Cody was talking, it seemed like he was going to go to tears. When he was like, you a grandson, Jimmy? Like, man, fuck all that.
But like for me, this segment gave me the energy that I really wanted from Mox and from everybody else. Like, you know, like with Mox and what he's trying to do with Orange Cassidy, and you just realize Orange Cassidy is not the guy that's going to give me that promo. He's just not going to do it. Like,
it's a different kind of feud, though.
Huh?
It's a different kind of feud. This is personal. I don't know what John Moxley hit on Cassidy.
No, the way that John Moxley is trying to spin his thing is like he's mad that AEW lost his way, and it's kind of personal. So it's very similar to the things like, you know, you have wronged us in the company. But overall, I said that even if nothing else happened of any importance on SmackDown, this was by far one of the best moments in professional wrestling this week. I really enjoyed it. The number 2 moment was when this shit happened.
Okay. So I have questions. I have so many questions. One, was she ran over by the car?
I'm here to answer them. Go ahead.
Okay, Detective Manny. Do
I have the picture up?
Yeah, leave the picture up. Leave the picture up. Manny, I'm going to say, was she hit by her car?
No, she was clearly thrown. She was clearly thrown because you can see the dent.
Number 2, what kind of wig does she have on to stay on that thing after being thrown off? I'm like, the wig should have went flying somewhere. Just saying.
But can I also ask, was she standing on the back of a truck? Because from the front, you can see that is a truck. Like, was she unloading drugs or something? What happened?
Well, it's the truck, Eric. It's just a production truck. But here's my question. My number 1 suspect in all this is Braun Breaker. He has a history of doing this to black people, putting them through car windshields.
I know who my suspect is.
Who you got?
Bailey.
That's what
Bailey. The way she didn't really care. The way she didn't really care when they were standing outside by the ambulance. She didn't really care. It was like, oh, who did it? Who did it? She wants to get in that War Games match. She trying to get in. She want that PLE money.
Yep.
Guys, I know I jumped away. We do need to move right back. Let me go back to Cody and Kevin from what. Know how you guys know you're right that Kevin won the argument? It's because when Cody went to the bat, he picked the fight with Mello for no goddamn reason.
No, Mello! No, he did, Eric. Mello spoke above his breath. This wasn't above your breath. Someone had to speak the truth around here. What the fuck? Who said that shit? Eric, he was talking to Giovanni Vinci like he was pretending to talk to Giovanni Vinci to say
I was shocked that
Mello wasn't shit.
I was shocked that Giovanni was there because, you know, Tiffy was on the show too. And it's like, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah. But
Where was Ludwig?
I think this is like right here. This sums it up, as this tweet said. This rivalry rules because they're saying nothing but truth about each other, and at the same time, deep down, they both know that they're partially responsible for this situation, but their egos are too big to admit in front of their opponent. Yeah, they both have flames. They can both do this. This is not. I mean, Cody had no reason to team up with Roman. He hadn't, except he wanted to go to Georgia State and do that video package for no reason. But Manny,
to be fair, Randy asked for it.
Yeah.
To be fair, Randy, I don't give Kevin any type of blame. Right? Kevin was pushed to the situation. Remember, if you recall, Randy accidentally elbowed Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then Randy socked him in the face.
Yeah.
He had to.
Marcus,
both sides had to do it.
Mark, so back to Jade. Are you upset her hair wasn't looking like that?
I expected it to be a mess.
I
Why is this always here?
I don't know. But Manny, the sad part about it, it's always there, but it always has a place on this show for whatever reason. So
are we just all in agreement that it was Bailey, not Nia Jax's team?
I believe it's Bailey.
Because Bailey needs something. That could be it.
And then it'd be a 6-on-4 in the war games. It'd be a 6-on-4 turn.
Well, yeah, Bailey was the odd person out anyway. She was the odd person out of that team of the all the blacks teaming together, and then Bailey was like, "Hey, y'all forgot about me."
Yeah.
You also forgot about EO. How dare you?
No,
How dare
EO's black. EO's black. EO Ben's right there.
But
EO has no respect for anything or anybody or anything she's ever done. She's a part of Damage Control. They turned on Bailey. And yet on the same episode of SmackDown, EO decides to make a save while Bailey's in there.
But let's also point out that EO and Kyrie was also trying to kill Jade and Bianca, so it made no sense for EO to be there. But the opening match, I'm glad the right person won. My only question is that I was very disappointed.
You gotta describe who the opening match is.
I know why Blair Davenport was in there, but Blair Davenport hasn't had any type of traction to even be mentioned in this match.
According to Michael Cole, she was working on herself this entire time and relaxing.
And also, according to Corey, she's a quiet person that only leads by example and not by action. that to me, that sounds like somebody that's going to get featured in Denver.
That sounds like I have nowhere to go. Like,
yeah.
You just been at home? That's all it sounds like she's been. You just been at home.
But if you could be at home and still get put into the title picture for the U.S. title for the women, why not? Why not?
I mean, she wouldn't have been factored in if they actually just did singles matches. No, they had to do triple threat matches to show off. We have a division.
So, do you think Bianca gets to replace Jade since Jade cost her the match?
No, we all know who it's gonna be. They're gonna call her up because she's been making strides in NXT, and it's gonna be Lash. Legend.
Or it's gonna be the most hated person in wrestling. It could be Charlotte.
Could be Becky.
Manny.
No, Becky's coming back in.
Betty, I'm going to acknowledge your hatred real quick. I feel like it should be a strike towards Nick Aldis this week for the fact that he doesn't know how to run his show. He can't get his employees to show up to work. When he tried to stop Cody, he says, "Hey, Kevin ain't here. Why you going out here?" Like, you had the face-to-face segment booked on your show. If you knew Kevin was here, you should have scrapped it. But, however, Cody did it. The man can't run his ship. Nick need to be fired.
Told you. Nick's a bitch. Fuck you, Nick.
So, let's talk about some nonsense, some side stories. Shinsuke is at it again, Marcus. Your boy making packages, Marcus. He knows LA Knight's weakness, Marcus. He knows.
He knows everybody's weakness. He worked on Cody's back. No, Rollins' back. Sorry, Rollins' back.
So what are we getting at here? Shinsuke Nakamura's Batman. He's got little self defenses against everyone in the Justice League.
He does.
I just feel
you know what? I just can't wait till he kills LA Knight. That's all I want him to do.
I just feel like we're moving into the 2025 is about to be a very petty feud in WWE. Everybody's having these petty feuds. Just whatever. He came back as a ninja. And then, if you want to talk about the pettiest of the pettiest feud, Manny, let me ask you this question. You do not like the tag team division. However, right now,
like tag team wrestling. Well, you may seem like you hate the division. I hate everybody.
But you don't like tag team wrestling. That's a more accurate statement. But Manny, right now, there's a lot of stuff going down because Johnny Gargano can't stop sucking the dicks of the Motor City Machine Guns, and Ciampa is very upset about this. He gets a match against Taz. Taz gets a single victory. It's not on a PLE, but it is a single victory. We're on the right start. Ciampa's upset. Dawkins comes out. Once again, Ciampa pushes Gargano down, and the Motor City Machine Guns make the save. I
can't be saved by men that I'm taller than. I'm sorry. I just can't. That's ridiculous.
Dawkins look dominant in that thing. He looked like
fucking huge. Dawkins look like Oba Fett.
Dawkins looked like he was gonna lay everybody out. When he put his hands around Ciampa, I was like, "Oh, he's going to jail tonight." That man gonna beat up every white man in this building right now because of what's going on.
Ciampa was really upset. He reminded me of people from January 6th, just storming the Capitol.
Well, Ciampa got boned ever since. Yeah, Ciampa got boned ever since Trump got in office. It's been
He did.
he did. He ain't taking it no more. This is Trump America, damn it. But from this match and this victory, we always talk about the breaking up of the Street Profits and where we're going with this. Montez gets this win and starts feeling himself as a singles competitor. Say, hey, you know what, Dawkins, I don't need you. Fuck off.
I'd rather have Dawkins. The way he handled business, I'd rather have Dawkins.
Dawkins handle business.
I think
Shit.
Dawkins I think if Dawkins got better wrestling attire, he got to figure it out. Can we all agree that the least important thing that took place on SmackDown was the tag match with Bayley and Naomi against Stratton and Candice LeRae?
I didn't want to see this. I did not want to see this because I was like, this coming on after Cody? This is coming on after Cody? I didn't need to see this. Cody and Kevin happened. I was like, just give me the bloodline. I'll be done with it.
But Manny, we have to give credit to this, though, because it was clearly a cool down tag match, Marcus. I think you agree with that one. And I think it made Ciampa and Ford a little bit better because I know I wanted nothing to do with that tag match.
Well, we had to set up the War Games. They had to get their time for the War Games to see what their five is going to look like versus their five. We haven't had the stare off yet of what five is going to be. And Bayley fit right into that five until we get to the PLE and Jay's kicking Bayley in the face because she the bitch that did this to me. She jumped in with an elbow on top of a Volkswagen. Couldn't get her. I couldn't fight my heels.
So, Manny, I'm going to have to start calling you Roman Reigns because Roman doesn't like people and you don't either. And literally, he was in the back of the locker room. They were like, you could ask these people. He was like, nah, we just going to do it ourselves. We can do it. And these fools was like, yeah, we can. I'm like, what are you guys doing?
No, the fact that he said Seth, when Sammy said, we got to try Seth, and Roman just looked at him. Fuck him. Seth.
But then the Wise Man showed up.
You got to talk about Solo wanted his surrender. He wanted his surrender.
Marcus.
He started the show talking about by the end of the night, I will get my surrender.
Marcus, I don't know why Solo was in the ring shucking and jiving. He was having too much fun.
He wouldn't.
I don't know.
Wouldn't you if you were the tribal chief?
He got good rap. He got good rappings.
We always ask about good Ashanti. We always ask about good Lexus King. Was this good Solo this week?
I thought it was good Solo. I like Solo with the energy and when he's happy. He was happy this week, man. He realized he had a starting five. He looked around and was like, damn, we 5 deep. We ain't got no...
Marcus, he 4.5 deep.
Tucker Lord
don't do shit.
Yeah, but I think Jacob Fatu makes up another member of that team.
And Tagaloa is back there taking credit on a group project, knowing he don't do nothing. It's out there posing and shit.
Yeah,
he's gonna be first. He's gonna be first at NS4 games. He's gonna be first. He's gonna be the first one in there.
He's every team needs a Patrick Beverly, and that's what he is. That's what he is. He's just out there taunting people.
Tampa talking because Tampa had to be quiet down because he was just whatever he was doing, and Solo had to say, "Calm down. We gotta finish this segment."
So they offer surrender. The Wise Man comes out, no suit, sports coat, dressed like Solo,
wearing your podcast sweater underneath that jacket.
Yeah, he was dressed like Solo.
He was.
If you go back to Exhibit A, they're completely dressed the same. Exhibit A. It's the exact same attire Solo was wearing.
Minus the noodles. Or minus the sourdough bread on his head.
Yeah. But he brought back Phil, who I believe is in better spirit since his blood feud with Drew McIntyre, but this man was quick to jump back into a cage. He said he didn't have many of these Hell in a Cell matches left in him. It's essentially the same thing. But he brought back Phil, and how do you guys feel about Phil?
I believe the story makes sense because I believe Phil had issues with the Auszilla. I think he had issues with him.
No, really.
At least in my head, I feel like he beat him up.
No, he beat up Seth.
But maybe it does feel like maybe the Wise Man is reuniting with Phil, and I mean it's a favor of the Wise Man helping out Roman. And then,
it's the favor. It's more the podcast from years ago when he left, where it was make Roman look strong. I think this is where this comes from.
And then, and I think this transitions to a Roman CM Punk feud after this.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't.
I mean,
I
we
don't,
could, but not
Even
really.
though he's still a Raw guy.
I don't no, because I have a feeling that
But Roman's a free agent.
no, I have a feeling that Heyman is no longer with Roman after this. I think he's like with Punk again.
Punk don't need him.
He don't, but I think it makes the story a little bit better.
Or it's
Like-
just all a big trick.
It could be
You
a
put
picture too.
you could put the biggest cancer in wrestling on this squad, and all of a sudden he working with Solo. But again, I'm okay with Phil Joy and the team, but I'm slightly disappointed. I know this man has a lot of allegations on him, but if Brock Lesnar would have came out, still would have been. I think that's the better reaction. For him.
I think it would have been bigger pop.
Yeah, I think it would just been like, oh shit, that's what he's bringing.
I don't know. I think Punk gets the same reaction because I don't know if the crowd is ready for Brock, and I don't know if I want to use.
What do you
Brock
mean? They're always ready for Brock.
Me, I need Brock in a cage throwing people through tables and shit.
I don't think I need
Cool
Brock
as
and
fuck.
Jacobs like that. I don't need it. I don't need it yet.
My next question is, now that Phil's joined this team and Seth has not joined this team, do you think he's going to play a role in War Games to try to cost one of these teams this match? Because he is feuding with Bronson Reed. He's feuding with Bronson Reed, but he hates CM Punk and he hates Roman. So he has an excuse to argue like, you motherfucker! You know, team with him!
That's where it all began. That's where it all
Yeah.
began.
You know,
That's
this is he
return.
Yep.
could Marcus. He could screw over Roman again.
He could.
He could. I mean, and then you get the Roman Seth feud going for like it's not a bad transition.
But my main point about all this, though, about all these hypotheticals and where these stories can go is, they didn't put themselves in a good place in storylines.
They did.
Like, you know, like, oh, we got options.
Yeah,
we got
no
options.
options
This could go either way. And, you know, people I think would be happy and be like, oh, okay, we get a Roman versus Punk feud, or we can continue the Seth and Roman Punk feud or whatever. You know what? My money right now is on the new Bloodline winning. My money right now is on
I
the
think
new
the new
Bloodline
Bloodline
winning.
wins also. But the thing about this though is like it's crazy that you know you have CM Punk return, and I still thought that was a good segment, but I don't think it was better than what Cody and Kevin did. I think that was the highlight of the night.
That made you feel.
That
However,
made me feel.
the wise man returns. I got goosebumps like the Rock.
When he said, my name, excuse me, my name's Paul, I went, oh shit! He just came out like that.
I think- I think Kane is right in this situation. This is a very. He says not only options but logical options, and I think that's a lot of things that is missing in wrestling, where we do not have a logical transition from one to another. It's like we need to try to get back to that type of lifestyle, like the logical way. Like
Yeah.
you know, at least put a little bit, a sprinkle, a pinch, a logic. That's all I ask for.
But I think every storyline on SmackDown currently has a little bit of that, though. With the Bloodline feud, you have all that. You have the Cody and Kevin and Orton situation. You have the women's division and their war games, kind of illogical with EO. But you have the death of Jade Cargill. Who killed Jade Cargill? It looked like she was doing a W and an S for Waylon Smithers, but it was actually Maggie Simpson.
Before Cody and Kevin had their show off, my moment of the week took place on
Santos.
NXT. It took place on NXT. With the whole Chase U situation was.
My favorite image. Let me go back to it.
I
My
just,
favorite image.
I will say.
They killed themselves, man. They couldn't do it. He was unstoppable.
My favorite image.
My
favorite image this week.
The fact that man gambled it away again. I think that's
Fuck
the
Trick.
story.
Fuck Trick. You did nothing in this.
Trick
What was
did
Trick?
absolutely nothing.
Hold on. What is Trick supposed to do if the entire school of JCU got their ass whipped by one man? I am not fucking with Rich Holland that night. That man was invincible. He was untouchable. That man was like deflect.
And I know you guys probably talked about this, but I would have to say, Paul, Sean, and Lee need to be given credit for somehow making.
right
He
there.
ain't got nothing to do with it.
I go
You don't know
Lee
what
names
Lee, you
at
don't
the
know.
end.
Lee he has the camera angles, man. He's the camera angle man.
I don't know how they did it, but they actually made Ridge Holland seem like he was something. Like he
You buying-
seemed like
you
the
buying the
final
stock?
boss.
You buying Ridge Hollis stock?
Nah, he got no charisma still.
He has no charisma, but at that moment though,
he was the man.
it was like, okay, like a big evil boss. He evil triumph good in this situation.
Well,
but in so many ways, Andre Chase is evil because he keeps gambling away his university.
Well, the thing is, Trick may lose to Ridge.
Nah.
As
Well, he might
reports
get
are coming
eight, yeah.
out. Reports are coming out that Trick is going to Netflix Raw.
To do what?
Netflix
Be on
Raw,
Raw.
Eric. To be on Raw. What do you want? What do you mean to what?
I think Trick
Look
needs
at your frown. Look at your frown. You still want to see a black man succeed.
No, I just don't, because it's like one of those things. He's not ready yet. He's
He
not
better
the
be
one.
by January.
He's not the one.
The one what? I just called him up to call him up. You know.
Yeah, but you call him up, I don't know what they're going to do with him. He doesn't really have a feud.
Maybe
Like-
they have a plan. Maybe they have a plan, Eric.
I hope so.
In WWE storytelling, I trust right now, maybe they actually have a plan.
Maybe they do. Now, Marcus, because I got to speak on it, Marcus. Yeah, number 2 storyline was also at NXT. Dion, Brinley, Carmen, Ashanti. Man, it was so much drama. And on top of that, they was trying to advertise the CW in their college football games on top of that with that. So it was a fun night for me. It was very fun.
Nikita Lyons ought to be ashamed of herself. Absolutely disgraceful. Coming up at that moment, talking about you ain't returned my text.
Please,
No.
Carmen's so forgetful. She deserved it.
By the way,
Carmen deserved
Carmen,
everything that happened to her.
back up, Eric. Would you think Shantae would get upset if some random woman said, "Eric, you didn't return my text"?
Oh, you damn right she would. You damn right she would. She'd be ready to kill me.
But you didn't return the text.
Just like, but then she'd be like, "Why did she have your number in the first place?"
Co-workers?
Yeah. Which means that I must have texted this person before. It just will start. Can I? I don't want to do this, but I'm going to do this. The low moment this week in wrestling for me took place in AEW.
Oh, which part? There
It
were so
was-
many to them.
It was Sheeta versus Statlander.
Sheena.
And I have nothing but love for Sheeta, and I don't think she did anything wrong.
Really? Nothing but love for Sheena. That's the first I'm hearing you ever praising
No,
Sheena.
I'm just saying, I can't make any money with Statlander. I just can't. And I felt like, because I've seen Sheeta have really good matches, and it just
With
seems
Serena
like
Deep.
doesn't matter. She still had good matches. I have yet to see Statlander have a good match. And I think it bothers me that she's in this position. Is Willow
No, she
hurt or
had good
something?
match. She had good matches with Willow. It was the fact that it was this random face turn, and then the separation of Stokely, which really just like it didn't make sense, and then it kind of shows when you put her in this position.
Yeah, she has no direction, if you want to say that about Statlander. She's one way this week, this week, this week. She's like everybody in the women's division. At some point, Tony decides to spotlight them, and at some point, he abandons ship.
And then also, I think there was a black man on AEW that got the biggest pop, but I don't think it was one that they intended. That was Cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger!
Like, people cheered the shit, and I'm like, damn.
Indie legend, man.
Jimmy says, I don't want Trick coming up too early. He'll end up like Mello. I need Oba to run roughshod over Raw first.
But Mello's due no matter what, though.
I don't know. I just, like, this was, like, for Dynamite, this was their go-home show, and it didn't put me in full gear at all.
Tonight's full gear.
It kept me in park.
Well, I think the main problem with Full Gear, right off the jump, is the Orange Cassidy shouldn't be in the main event. It's the thing. It's the thing. Like, the final go-home segment with him in his pockets and getting duct taped up and all that, that do shit for me because I know he gonna get his ass whooped by Jon Moxley. Jon Moxley
The gimmick kicks
should
really
fight main
pissed me
event.
off this week. That was the worst thing of AEW, aside from the fat guy and his fat kid.
What the hell was that?
I don't know what that was.
Big Jesse and them and QT Martin. Why are we wasting valuable TNT TV time or TBS TV time, the Superstation, for this? when we could actually promote a match like, you know, Jay White and Hangman and do something with them. Or just give me... they have a million matches on the show. But I'm just saying, those matches could have used some spotlight other than let's advertise this QT Marshall 0 hour match that no one's going to watch.
Let's speak on these 0 hour matches real quick. You have that match.
No, please, Jesus.
You have...
Go ahead.
Can't we finish early? Do we have to talk about this, Eric? Really? It's trash. It's trash. It's garbage.
But Zero has Dante Martin, the Beast Mortos, Commander, and Buddy Matthews. I don't know if this is... Bye, Manny. Okay.
Bye, Manny.
And you remember...
the Beast Mortos is involved, so I'm involved.
And then also, Marcus, you remember when Deonna Purrazzo was signed?
Nope.
Well, exactly, but now she's fighting Etta J on 0 hour. I'm just like... I remember she was supposed to be a big deal.
Yeah,
Roderick Strong versus MJF. Nobody wanted that match.
Pass.
Jay White versus Hangman. Maybe.
Not much around it.
Takeshita versus Ricochet. It's gonna be a flippity-doo match, but
it won't be that much. Ricochet gonna do a lot of flippity-doo.
Okay.
Takeshita's not a flippity-doo guy.
What match is gonna have more flips? Takeshita and Ricochet, or Ospreay and Fletcher?
Well, what? Takeshi's not a flippity-doo guy.
Yes, he's like a Fletcher guy. So Ospreay...
No! Takeshi's more of a ground and pound kind of guy.
I like Manny in the chat ranting. But I'm doing my journalistic job. Oh, Manny, I need you to come back. I need you to come back real quick. I'm going back to Dynamite because I forgot about the worst segment in wrestling. Daniel Garcia, Jack Perry.
That ain't the worst segment of wrestling.
That was bad. That was bad.
It just didn't make no sense.
No,
Jack Perry tried to act.
If you're a bad guy,
you got?
You kidnap people and do shit like that.
I'm gonna break your headlight. You lucky. I think the whole segment's destroyed when Matt Menard is involved in this kidnapping situation and is on commentary blaming Jon Moxley for duct taping Orange Cassidy. Fool, you just did the same thing.
Yeah.
You can't talk shit about who's people going crazy when you just went crazy a segment or two before this. It's ridiculous.
I guess to get out of time, I guess it's time to end the show with our court segment.
Shout out Claudia.
My client has been accused of doing something. Manny has elected to be the judge as we argue guilt and innocent. I will play the footage.
Because I don't have any types of feelings towards Fiasco because I don't know Fiasco. So I feel I am the only one that can be the unbiased opinion on this.
I will send this video. It is Donut Gate by my wife. We shall play the video, and Marcus, you get to argue your case because the burden is on you because you are the people.
Am I defending or places? I forgot who I'm before.
You're the people. You're the one who are filing the charges.
Okay,
Here is the evidence being presented.
You stole my donut and put it in your little, you're guilty. How? Why? And then we walk away. What? Well, that means I don't need it.
So, sadness is, go ahead, Marcus. The evidence was presented to you.
Did your wife ever eat the donut?
No, she did not. The donut was sullied.
Yes. Judge.
Can I just make a quick point? That cat may have some black on it, but that cat was exuberating and oozing white privilege.
It was a sassy turnaround. So let me tell you, the people are putting these charges against Fiasco the cat for numerous accounts of that the donut was sitting on top of the table. Fiasco knows damn well. Rule number one and law number one: you do not go on the dining room table for any reason, and she doesn't do it. I don't know what could have been in this donut that made her go to the table and say, "This shit is mine." Where'd you go, Sprinkles? So Fiasco knows she was in the wrong and stepped out of bounds right there by breaking laws already. 2, that cat knows she don't eat no sugar or sweets, and she does not do that. She sticks to her dry ass canned food or whatever the hell you feed her these days. But also that shows you that you ain't been feeding that cat right, that she had to go steal that donut. And you know what? The audacity to just put it into your bed that I'm sure she don't sleep in, that she goes everywhere else to sleep. But to put the donut in her bed is the audacity. She may as well put it in her kitty litter box. She had no intention of eating that donut. She just wanted to disturb the peacefulness of your home at that very moment. That cat is a menace. Is a degenerate. Is a menace to society. A thug.
Now, Eric, say your piece.
Your Honor, I first and foremost would like to say that I'm saddened to hear that the donut was taken away from Shantae, and she has brought these allegations against my client, Fiasco.
It didn't survive!
Excuse me, sir. I did not interrupt you. But we need to look at the facts. First and foremost, Fiasco does not have any hands. There is no video evidence of her placing that donut in the place that she slept. For all we know, Shantae been trying. She didn't had it out for this cat for a long time. She could have easily planted the donut in said bed of Fiasco to set her up for this. Yes, Your Honor.
I
For the benefit
object.
of the court, who is Shantae to you?
She is my wife.
Okay.
And I will point out that I was going to get to this, Manny, that my wife has had this bias towards Fiasco ever since Fiasco chose me. Shantae brought the cat to the house. She wanted the cat.
This is ridiculous.
She wanted the cat.
He's
She
arguing
wants the
against
cat.
his wife for his cat.
I did not want this cat. However, the cat came to the house, and the cat has decided to choose me. So,
That cat's been a menace for years.
Shantae
Menace for
can be
years.
jealous. First and foremost, let's also point out the donut should have never been in the house in the first place. We don't need these donuts because it is bad for us. So, in so many ways, whoever placed the donut in my client's sleeping area had it out. I don't know who did it. I don't think Fiasco did it. Look, if you look at the face of Fiasco when she was accused of guilt, her eyes was shocked and hurt that Shantae accused Fiasco. She's like, I didn't do this. I would never do this.
Hey, I speak a little cat. I believe the cat is on camera going, that's my donut.
No, she did not say that. She did not say that.
You don't speak cat.
Now I have asked for the court to not consider any of the previous evidence that this has occurred before, where she has stolen a donut once before. I want to point out that I would like the priors of her donut theft to be stricken.
Oh,
from
so
the
she has
record.
priors.
She has priors in Long Beach.
It's not looking good for you.
Yeah.
No, but once again, there was no evidence of the donut being stolen by Fiasco.
It was found in her bed.
However, we had claw marks. And I will point out that you guys don't understand this. There is a mysterious cat that continues to show up. And
Cool.
and on top of this, I want to call a witness. I'm
Are
gonna
you gonna call Fiasco? Because I would like to hear from your client. I would
I
like to hear from your client under oath.
I wanna
Oath
call
that you
a
didn't steal it. Under oath.
I'm calling a witness. I want
I
to
object. You didn't prepare me for this witness. You didn't prepare me for witness. Me and my team, the people did not get this. Okay? We haven't been able to digest this. We haven't been able to digest what's going on here. You can't just prop up random evidence into this.
Yes.
Hello, I'm calling you because you have accused my client of stealing your donut. and we're having Judge Betty is deciding this. We have played the video, and I would like you to just confess that you placed the donut in her bed to set her up.
That's your one. That's not even a question.
accusation.
Your
You can't be
Honor,
doing that,
I
Joe.
object. You just call someone guilty.
I'm gonna hold you in
Call
contempt.
this and they're guilty.
What?
See, look.
So I'll tell you, I represent the people who are trying to persecute Fiasco the cat right now for stealing said donut. Oh, so Eric is claiming Fiasco has priors of stealing the donut before. Is that true or not?
She does. Yes, I have evidence of that as well.
Where is this evidence at?
Where's the evidence?
Pictures. Pictures.
Pictures and eyewitness accounts. This video, the cam was set up because we knew who did it. We knew right off the jump who did it.
No,
We
we're
all know
not.
your client is 100% guilty.
My
and
client
she
is
needs
not
to be
guilty.
prosecuted to the full extent of the law. I'm thinking the chair.
No, Shantae planted
If
that
there
donut
is
in
an
that bed.
eyewitness, there is an eyewitness, the cat that was sitting on the fence looking at it.
That's who did it. That is the cat that did it. That cat got into the house and told Fiasco, "I'll come over and hang out with you, but let me put this donut in your
It
bed."
still sounds like guilt. If I put a gun in your hand and told you to shoot me,
And the cat can now put a donut in their bed. Who would put a donut in their bed? It would make it sticky. Her prior incident, when the donut was stolen, it was not placed in her sleeping area. It was hidden behind a couch. It's just ludicrous that she would be this careless, and she had priors of stealing donuts before. And she has also stolen a loaf of bread, but she also hid that.
she's a kleptomaniac.
I just say that she's always tried to be very secretive with her theft. This one is blatant. I don't think she did it.
Shante, I have a question.
No, let me tell you, she is getting older, so she's a little bit more, I would say, cautious of where she lays her stuff, the stuff that she steals. So she, she put it in a safe place, which was her bed. And so
Yep.
I think it was her.
All right, and I have a question for you. Now, aren't you the one that brought the cat into our life?
Yeah.
And
What's that got to do with anything?
and weren't you disappointed when the cat chose me over you? Tell the
No,
truth.
I wasn't.
Yes, you was.
I wasn't.
I know you was.
I wasn't disappointed.
You
I
was.
Eric,
You bet how
Eric,
jealous you are all
Eric,
the
stop
time.
back-
Stop badgering the witness. Stop badgering the witness. This is his witness. It's his witness.
Shante, can I ask you this question? Where does Fiasco the cat sleep? Does she normally sleep in that bed or not? Or is it more just a ground for hiding her thievery? Or showcasing her thievery?
I would say it's probably 50-50 because she sleeps in two different spots.
See, there it is.
So
There it is.
Guilty.
No.
Okay.
I'm guilty.
I think
But
I've made
I
my
would
decision.
say I would say currently, like, present behavior, she does the majority of the time sleep in the spot where the donut fiasco occurred.
Yep.
Okay, do we get to make closing arguments?
No pun intended.
Do we get to make closing arguments? Because I
Yeah,
want to
make
hear the people's
closing
closing arguments so I can respond.
Yeah, go with your closing argument,
No,
man.
the
My
people
closing
go
argument
first. The burden's on you. The people go
the people
first.
go first.
The
Ladies
people
and
get two
gentlemen.
closings.
Ladies and gentlemen, we clearly see this is clear guilt. This is clear, easy, open, and shut case. The cat, who is probably on parole or probation for stealing other items in the house, clearly can't control her impulses anymore. She's getting senile in her old age, and she does whatever the hell she want to do. On the video, you can easily see her, Shantae, go, "Hey, how dare you steal my donut?" A grieving woman over a donut, a sweet pastry that she will never be able to savor in her mouth. And she pleads with the cat. Why? Why, Fiasco, would you do it? Fiasco, in the smuggest looks on camera, looks back and says, "Because I can." You see it in her face.
Right?
She's guilty. She's 100% guilty. She knows damn well that she should not have even been on the table in the first place. I have witnessed it myself. That cat is a rebel. It is a delinquent. It is out of control. It is a menace to society. The people rest their case.
Your Honor, I come to you, and I come to you humble to listen to a story of Fiasco the cat. This cat was raised on the mean streets of Los Angeles. Its parents were strays. Fiasco's mama was an addict, and all she wanted was sex. And so she had her out of wedlock. And what happened was Fiasco was put into a cage by a hairdresser who burned The accuser in this one burned with a curling iron, but Fiasco was free. She was brought to a home with love, and in that home, she was provided all the bells and whistles. And Fiasco has told me many times in conversations, I don't know why these allegations are being made against me. I am not a thief. I am just a person trying to survive in the mean world for cats. I am black and I am white. I do not know my identity. I do not know my history. I did not know my parents. And therefore, all I know how to do is survive. And she survived by bringing love into this household. She eats her dry food. She drinks the water out of her fountain. She also eats the scraps of chicken that many people give to her when she visits. But I tell you this, and I tell you this, and I tell you this now, she would not steal this donut because the donut did not belong in this household anyway. It did not need to be here. And maybe whoever took the donut and put the donut in the place that they put the donut at was doing it to save the person that they cared for. I don't think Fiasco was that person because Fiasco doesn't care for anybody but herself. That's why I know that donut was not placed in her bed because where would she sleep? Where would she sleep? That donut would invite ants into her bed, and no cats won't answer fleas. It's that damn mangy cat that harasses Fiasco on a constant basis. I seen this brown cat. I have a picture. Do you want me?
Are you blaming immigration, sir?
Do you want me to send a picture of this evil cat? I know this cat is evil. It is evil. It is using telepathic ways to influence people around. I think it influenced Shantae. I think Shantae was influenced by that evil cat to place the donut in the bed and then record a video and accuse Fiasco of this heinous crime. So, Your Honor, I ask you to think about the past, think about the present, and think about her future. She is not guilty. She is just trying to survive, and we need to blame the evil cat in the process of this. The one that's outside who continues to taunt Fiasco. I tell you, taunt Fiasco. This taunt.
I object to supernatural powers being cat offense. And I object to you saying your wife can be manipulated by a cat who has Jedi mind tricks.
Your Honor.
This is ridiculous. The whole court is unsettled.
Your Honor.
I object to the ant situation.
Your Honor,
because Fiasco knows that we get forced into come every quarter to keep away the ants. So Fiasco knows that there's no ants coming to
Your Honor,
the donut in her.
They're interrupting my closing. I want you to
see. When are you closing? You need to close up.
This is the evil cat. That's the evil cat. That is the one who is doing all of this.
That cat looks like Top Cat.
That cat right there. Look, that cat climbs that fence and it mocks Fiasco.
Well, why don't you build a wall instead of a fence? Why don't you build a wall instead of a fence, okay?
Because my HOA won't allow it.
You blaming the immigration. How dare you?
And that cat that sits on the fence is making Fiasco stress. And so Fiasco chose to stress eat and get the donut.
She ate the donut.
First of all, how dare you both accuse Biancat Belair? I have made my decision. Let me put my glasses on.
Did you look at the comments? Jimmy says Fiasco shows a pattern of remorse received his death. She should be prosecuted to the highest degree of the law. Kane says so Eric should buy a new door so the other cat can come inside. And then someone accused me of having powdered sugar on Eric's shirt. It was a glazed donut, sir. A glazed donut. But anyway, the judge is going to make his ruling. I rest.
I was going to do the Triple H joke, but you cut me off. We have seen other things go on today, like Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes, where we can't really decide who's in the right or who's in the wrong. As I've reviewed the evidence, Fiasco is displaying severe signs of white privilege, severe signs of white privilege. The way it turned around with so much sass, clearly in the wrong. She may steal, she may save. She steals, but she saves. Nonetheless, she steals and she has priors. Fiasco is guilty.
Yes! Oh, yes, Jesus! Finally! Justice! Ooh, thank you, Judge. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry.
You know,
So
that
it'd be
concludes
cool.
the end of this show. I can't believe that Fiasco has been railroaded in this type of court like this.
Life in prison.
Of
I don't
course,
even know-
only you. There's a conflict of interest there because you are related to.
Do you hear the
client.
biases? Do you hear it, Your Honor?
No, I hear the biases.
Do you hear
I hear
what
the-
I told you?
I hear the biases that you went against your wife for this cat. You don't have to live with them for the rest of your life, sir.
I defended.
You
I
chose the
defended
cat over Shantae, and I
Because
feel like
Shantae sent the
punishment,
video.
the punishment because of this is more than enough for you.
No. Listen to this video.
You stole my donut and put it in your little. You're guilty.
Evidence. Gee, that's the thing. You stole my donut. You put it in there, and you're guilty. How did she know all the details of the crime? How did she know all the details? Because she did it.
Explain right there.
You're
This was
trying
a
to
setup.
blame Shantae for this.
This is a setup. Setup. But I'm Eric.
I'm Lord Manny Hayes, the judge.
I'm Marcus the grand finale, and we plan on getting 60 more cases on this cat. all type of scrays and cold cases that's been going on in the missing donut community. I want to test that cat for diabetes right away.
Guilty right here. That's the real cat. That's the evil cat.
That's a sexy ass pose, though.
Look like that. You know it's sassy. Look at it. Evil ass cat. Anyway, Fiasco, I tried my best. I'm sorry. I failed you.
You go to jail, Fiasco.
Anyway, until next week, stay sharp. We out.
That cat gonna look yellow, great in that orange jumpsuit. Can't wait.